Hi friends, this is Kalpun Piso. And the whole world in turmoil thanks to religious psychosis. Keep in mind, we are product of coitus, we are born with a blank brain, and the brain is the creator of thinking. When the brain malfunctions, it can only produce irrational, deluded, bizarre, mathematical beliefs, accepting them as true. If you're mentally healthy, you reject them. That means that you're an atheist. That's what being mentally healthy is. And then you can create science. You use deductive thinking, and you help humanity by creating things that help us. And that is science, created by atheism. Religious people keep everything the same. They're conservative. In other words, they are theotarded. They are retarded because of the zombie God belief they have. So, unfortunately, the whole planet is ruled by religious psychotic people. Like, for instance, in the United States, the Christ-psychotic infected nation, and it's ruled by the Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles in Congress. Anti-science pieces of neural excreta. To be in better terms, but actually their brains are full of zombie turds, zombie Jesus turds. In other words, that's the reason they spew nothing but shit, excreta. Because the brain, the excreta of the brain is bullshit. It's things that don't make any sense, irrational belief that don't base on reality, on science or anything like that, is excreta of the brain. And that's what unfortunately we are ruled in the United States of America. The Congress is infected with these Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles. And the United States are full of churches that spew that excreta, the zombie God excreta. They read only one book. They keep people ignorant, deluded, theotarded, imbeciles. And these imbeciles don't pay taxes. The Supreme Court of the United States is full of these lunatics, these Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles, which belong in mental institutions. Anyway, that is the problem that's happening now. And then, of course, we have all the problems with the terrorists, so-called terrorists, which are actually religious psychotics, fighting the Crusaders, which is American Christ-psychotics. The Crusaders started in the 10th century. And see, this is the problem. They don't understand. If you don't ignore the past, you don't understand the past, you're condemned to repeat it, and you screwed up the present, and you will never see the future because you don't understand history and the past. And especially you don't understand science, and you don't understand your own brains, which is the computer that we create thinking, reasoning with. And religious people are stuck in the past, and they're disgusting, schizophrenic. They're like the HIV of the brain. That's when you have a brain that believes in gods and demons and crap like that in this 21st century. It was okay in the 4th century and the 6th, 7th, 8th century. They didn't have any idea. They didn't realize, they didn't know that the brain was the creator of thinking. That's why it was the heart. So anyway, here are some clips making my point. This is a problem that is infecting the whole world today in this 21st century. Nobody seems to see. Religious psychosis, religion is a mental illness. It's one of the schizophrenias. It's like an HIV of the neural array. And the problem is the big pink elephant in the room that sits on everyone and all mentally healthy atheist scientists. And they don't see it. Amazing. That's what it is.
Actually try to bunch the vaccines together as much as possible because that's for the convenience of the family and for keeping the children.
And this is science.
More
this is science.
So if you can give everything in a combined.
But United States is a Christianity-infected nation. They're anti-science.
A lot of discomfort.
Morons.
Angst with
they're all in Congress,
and
the GOP.
Shown to have any problems whatsoever when you combine them.
You talked about the anti-vaccine.
This is one of the things that's really befuddling to all of us, that the decisions will follow rationally and people do the right thing.
Not in America.
It turns out, and Sandra and I have talked about this,
because America is a Christianity-infected nation. There we go again.
And big ideological pressures to believe one thing versus another.
So it's a religion. Nobody mentions the religion.
Actually,
The churches are in La La Land over there. They're psychotic. They're stupid people believing in 12th century mythology. That's what all the churches do. And that's what they keep teaching to everybody, reading only one book. They don't understand science. Believe in 6,000-year-old earth. And you know, the family is asking for prayers for Whitney Houston's daughter, again, raised in a Christianity-infected home all over Christianity-infected America, going to churches with all the garbage, anti-science imbeciles that believe in resurrecting zombies that say with blood and life after death. Well, they're asking for prayers. They're benefiting from science. From science. By going to a doctor and doing all science of atheist, mentally healthy. In other words, an atheist. That's the only way you can get to science, is by not believing in all the crap of religious bullshit with the schizophrenia, the HIV of the brain. Now, these people are asking for prayer. Why asking for prayers? She's going to die because she's in a coma. Okay, because the drug life that they had, because they're anti-science pieces of shit, going to church all the time. They don't understand what science and what drugs do. So that's the problem. And going to church, giving money to all these imbeciles, keeping them retarded and moronic by not understanding science, by praying all the time. Well, they rejoice. She's going to die. Good. To rejoice. Prayers? Why prayers? She's going to be with zombie Jesus for all eternity. All her family, all the Christians that go to church, why don't you kill yourselves? Why don't you join with the husband's daughter? I mean, leave the planet. Don't be hypocrites. You believe in life after death and zombie and all that stuff, and don't benefit from science. Product of atheist. In other words, mentally healthy atheist. So don't benefit from it. Just kill yourself. Join her. Go to the Grand Canyon. Stand on the ledge and say, "In Jesus' name we jump." Be true to your faith.
Was beheaded. And now it seems Alcacebe has also been murdered. And I do need to tell you that while those photos are circulating online,
religious psychosis, the cancer of the brain, that dumb, mentally healthy, also known as atheist scientists do not see.
Number two, there is a huge...
That's the problem. Imbeciles.
Using the media to
look at that.
Get its message out and to help with its...
It's all religion. It's all religious psychosis, the cancer of the brain.
Right now at the Pentagon.
The United States is a stupid government.
I said it.
All Christianity infected imbeciles, the new crusaders.
I have never seen before.
Stupid and ignorant.
Images. I thought they couldn't possibly be real, but the Pentagon now, I'm assuming, has confirmed that they believe this is real.
No, actually.
Incredible. You have to treat this savagery with savagery.
The U.S. government has not made that authentic.
You have to take all these people in ISIS, the dead ones,
to believe,
and sprinkle it with pig's oil, and do the ceremony crap, because you fight fairy tales with fairy tales.
Sort of finding that,
and they will see it. But you cannot do it because of the Christian crap in the United States. Morons.
Young viewers, perhaps. These ISIS images, we call them...
The pilot was burned alive.
In fact, growing at the Pentagon, that
this is Islam, psychosis.
ISIS's hands.
73 sects and the imbeciles, Christian imbeciles in the United States of America, they don't understand it.
Complete and utter mystery.
Islam is like Christianity, that piece of shit, incredibly theoretic disease of the brain, of believing in gods and crap like that. Islam is also has a bunch of sects, one fighting the other one.
They are authentic.
ISIS is one of the sects.
To show
and they burned the pilot was also Islam psychotic.
Today on a pre-planned.
This is what I don't understand.
Meeting with a number of officials in.
There is no such a thing as peaceful religious psychosis. It's a schizophrenia. It's not one thing of sanity of schizophrenia. All schizophrenias are disorders of the brain. All religions are disorders of the brain. It's like a cancer of the brain. There's no such thing as a good, peaceful schizophrenia or mental disorder. All of them are dangerous. There's no such thing as an HIV/AIDS that is good. None of it. Idiots.
A relatively small organization. Most of them know each other. King Abdullah, honored to be in the military.
See? A society that is Islam psychotic. with different sects.
Will hit Jordan
And they fight between each other. It's like the Christian imbeciles, the Protestant and Catholics and Adventists and Mormon crap and Scientologists and all the imbeciles with all these churches in the United States of America.
that Jordan wants.
In Arabia, all the mosques with the imbeciles, with all the covering all the bells starting in the 12th century.
And there is a line.
Brother line, what's new?
That
What's
appears
new?
to be approaching the cage where he is being held in a standing position, and that it is just a
They burned him
terrible
alive.
situation
Nice.
and a horrible, horrible.
It only happens in religious
of what now is
psychosis.
going to be the murder of this Jordanian pilot.
Come on, American Christ-psychotic infected imbeciles that go to church all the time.
Who is
Learn what your disease is. Religious psychosis, cancer of the brain, the HIV of the brain.
DC as we speak.
The Crusaders did that 1,000 years ago for 250 years. Bolting heads, burning people alive. What's new? And they burn each other alive. The Islams, the Greek Orthodox Christians, the Christ-psychotic. This is in the 250 years doing that. Imagine. So people are surprised now? No, because religion is a mental illness. It's a cancer of the brain. All of it. We're in the 21st century. We're not in the 10th century or 11th century. Anti-science pieces of shit. And United States, you have the GOP, the God-obsessed party imbecile, the new crusader, the Christ-psychotic infected imbecile running the country, the pieces of shit that don't believe in science. They ought to go to the Grand Canyon, stand on the ledge and say, in Jesus' name we jump, especially Inhofe. The asshole that doesn't believe in global warming, doesn't believe in science, but the piece of shit enjoys going to a dentist if he has a toothache or getting cure of cancer due to mentally healthy atheists saving his screwed up ass from disease by atheists, imbecile. Go pray if you get sick. If you want to communicate with people, don't use the internet. Call your angels and all that so you can send messages. See? Assholes. This is Calpun Piso with more facts pointing out that religion created in the brain is one of the schizophrenias, but worse than that. It is the cancer, the HIV of the neural array. It's a form of a virus, a form of HIV of belief, and some brains are born susceptible to this disease. Brain virus of God belief, zombie God belief, because we are evolved, mutated primates that believe that our shit does not stink, that we are not animals. We're created by this God that gave us existence. That's not true. That's not true. Believe in God is a brain disease. It's a cancer of the brain, and it has many forms. Islam psychosis, as you can see here, is one of them. Christ psychosis, Hindu psychosis, etc., etc., etc. This disease, like schizophrenia, like brain disorders, are many of them. Many things affect the brain. Trauma, chemicals, lack of oxygen, etc., etc., etc. We're not created by a zombie God, intelligent designer, a theist, psychotic, imbecile belief. The brain creates thought. Not the heart, not the liver, no anything. When the brain is sick, or has trauma, or is affected by pressure, is affected by temperature, is affected by many things, by viruses, then it cannot function correctly. And that's what your religious psychosis is one of the brain disorders. See, religion is the same, it's a neurological disorder with a different name, and people don't see it. And this in Islam, these are fighting it. You know, this guy, because they cut the heads out, oh, Islamic terrorists. No, because of the disease. What about the Christians killing the infidel and burning witches and burning everybody alive that didn't agree with him, anti-science pieces of shit, like Senator Inhofe, that to him, science and global warming is it doesn't exist. It's all God crap. And the vaccine causes autism. There's no proof. And these imbeciles are in control of the United States government. In Jordan, there is a king that claims to be
a descendant from the prophet Muhammad. There's no evidence Muhammad existed. He's as real as a Winnie the Pooh. It's like Jesus Christ is a title of Julius Caesar. The angels don't exist. The apostles didn't exist. Zero evidence of Christianity in the 2nd century. Zero. Because Christianity means follower of Christus. But look at this. And they all come from all this religious psychosis. They all believe, all these leaders believe to be anointed by God and descended from God or a prophet or Allah, whoever it is. So you cannot just go against the ISIS and call ISIS Islamic terrorists. We're calling everybody dormant terrorists of Islam. Because religion is a mental illness. And the kingdom of Jordan is Islamic. From a different variations of this strain of the disorder. But they're dormant. They go and they pray 5 times a day on rugs. That is a psychosis. Just because they don't cut heads or burn people alive doesn't mean that they're not sick. And these people, the Islam psychotics that burned this guy alive, they're part of Islam. The disorder of Islam psychosis made them do that. They don't do that in the name of any religion. That's a stupid Christian imbecile say that. No, you do bad things and crazy things because of the disorder, because of the cancer of the brain that makes you being so stupid and deluded and all that stuff. These people kill themselves. At least they are true Islam psychotics, because they do kill themselves for the tooth fairy. Christians don't do that. They are hypocrites. And that's the problem. And this is a reaction to and nobody sees it. You know, religious belief is a mental illness, a disorder, it's a cancer of the brain. And it's the big elephant, the pink elephant in the room that sits on all these atheists and scientists and all that, and they don't see it. That's the problem. Any action, there is always a reaction. You know why all of this? Why? Because of Christ's psychosis infected George W. Bush, a Christian imbecile from a rich family that has a lot of money. And he was elected by dumb, stupid, ignorant, Christianity-infected America president. But actually he didn't win, because he didn't get the popular vote. But then the Christianity-infected imbeciles in the Supreme Court, the judges, the 9 pieces of shit, well, some are Jews, so they are very intellectual, so they are not. But the Christian piece of shit judges are appointed by POTUS. So anyway, this imbecile that believed that Jesus Christ was his favorite philosopher, and he actually appointed for him to, he wanted to be president. Well, it was appointed by the Supreme Court of the United States, which is all Christianity-infected imbeciles with black robes. These morons have their brains examined. And these imbeciles with HIV, cancer of the zombie God believe, appointed him president of the United States. These are the results. He dismantled, he killed, he invaded Iraq, wrong country, because he believed in the weapons of mass destruction, all that crap, because they're Christian imbeciles. They don't connect that, and they're stupid and moronic. And then when he got rid of the Saddam Hussein with the guard, he was the brutal guard that put all these lunatics in check. And then he started giving tons of weapons. Although the American weapons, of course, Al-Qaeda in Iraq, when there was no Al-Qaeda. Now we have the massive, the lunatics. It's like giving a schizophrenic, theotarded imbecile with bad brains a machine gun. Or a gorilla with a machine gun. And then what's happened? There you have it. There you have it. ISIL. Thanks to piece of shit Bush, wrecked the economy. I know, and these people are in control of the Congress. This GOP, God-obsessed party, imbeciles. These moronic assholes belong in a mental institution. They have a problem with their brain. They don't believe in. They believe that vaccination causes autism. Ryan is a piece of shit Christian. See, this is the problem. These people, and it's the fault of atheists, that they don't, atheist scientists, mentally health, that they don't see that religion is a mental illness. It's a dangerous virus. And this is the problem. And now you have the results. Now you have the results. These people with weapons, running all over the place, and the United States just bombing them. Because if he attacks ISIL and destroy them and kill them, Then all the American people, oh, what are we doing there? Because of George Bush, a piece of shit Christian asshole that actually invaded the wrong country. That's the reason when you have a Christian infected imbecile stuck in the 12th century that reads only one book, in control of nations. These people, they want to keep their illness to themselves. They belong in mental institutions. If to be a president of a country or a senator or a doctor, you have to be sane, mentally healthy, and atheist. The intellectuals should be running countries. They are mentally healthy atheists. I speak 2 or 3 languages, educated, not that like moronic Bush that created the whole damn thing. And then we have all the GOP running the Congress. Nice going.
Community Center in Nice, in the southern part of France. Let's get some more senior international correspondents.
What do you think they attack? Because they feel like attacking people at terror. No, it's thanks to the religious crap.
Knife attack on these soldiers.
The HIV of the brain, you imbecile atheist, mentally healthy atheist scientist, ignorant imbecile with a head up the ass.
That's exactly it.
Religion is a mental illness, it's a psychosis, like a schizophrenia. It's like an HIV of the brain. It makes people crazy and stupid. Because they are all taught since they were little kids. They can offend off they're taken to church all the time. They're taken to mosque all the time. Taken to synagogues all the time and the rest of the crap, imbecilities. And some of the kids cannot fend off the fantasies. It's like a kid that believes in Santa and tooth fairies and all that stuff to be reality when he's 1 year old, and when he's 18, he changed the name of the tooth fairies and all that, and still believes these delusions to be reality.
Who was shot to death by police.
That's what's happening.
Jewish supermarket in the edge of Paris.
Oh man!
Because the experts are warning us that in fact Koulibaly is a fair
religion
with the attack up here in
religious psychosis.
Nonetheless, this Moussa Koulibaly has been watching what's going on in France.
See, friends,
on all of the breaking news.
They don't understand. Religion is a mental illness.
In the Situation Room.
Cancer of the brain.
International viewers. Amanpour is coming up next.
And it spreads in synagogues, mosques, churches. And there's many strains.
Sowing fear and intimidation, and for all
they kill them for
facts to appeal to them about.
They kill themselves for their religious psychosis.
These guys are thugs.
Not thugs, they're religious.
Jordan expedites
he doesn't see it.
Of this failed female suicide bomber.
It's one of the sects of Islam.
Pretty tough sense of the.
Farid Zakaria doesn't understand that.
Of course, not a
Islam is not only one.
That is, they have procedures. I'd be surprised if
there are 73 sects.
Too emotional. The key here for all of us.
Look at this.
Very gruesome.
People don't go over there and kill themselves for just
you haven't seen the video.
Politics and crap like no, because they actually believe it.
The bait. You can't take the bait.
Keep our emotions in check.
Right. He doesn't understand it. Farid, come on, you're intelligent.
Wait for a day or two before you do anything.
It's the Islam psychosis, the religion, the religious psychosis of these
United States
people.
And Jordan and others into overreacting. And we want to really say to them, you're a band of thugs.
No, they're no band of thugs. They're religious psychotics. They're true believers. They kill themselves for their faith psychosis.
As we keep our eye.
This has happened in February 2015. It's getting interesting. Christ psychosis all over the place, Islam psychosis, and all the religious psychosis that nobody seems to see. Keep in mind, the more one knows, the more difficult it is for others to lie. Feed your brain and you will understand it. A healthy brain is an atheist brain. So, keep that in mind. I present nothing but the truth. Tempora mutantur nos mutamur in illis. Times change and we change with them. In other words, everything evolves. So feed your brain and you understand. Pace Deorum.